Hello, and welcome to the Esoteric Technologies YouTube channel, where we provide useful tips, tricks, and resources for your programs to help you get the most out of your astrology software. In today's episode, we will be looking at backing up your chart files in SolarFire for Windows PC. Backing up your chart files is very important. Unfortunately, as much as we are highly dependent on technology, sometimes it doesn't quite work the way it's supposed to. And the last thing you want is to realize your laptop or desktop has crashed and all of your client files have gone with it. This is why we always recommend making regular backups of your important chart files or any other important files as well. Most files in SolarFire can be easily restored or readily reconstructed if you experience serious problems with your computer's hard drive or operating system. Of course, chart files can only be reconstructed if you have a backup copy of them. It is always wise to keep a backup of your important chart files, and today I'm going to show you how to do it. When we use SolarFire's backup utility, you're given the option of choosing where to back up your files. And today we're going to back up onto an external USB stick, but you can back up onto an external drive if you prefer. So first of all, we're going to open SolarFire. No, I don't need my calculated charts from last time. We're opening with the current transit chart. Okay, so first off, plug in your USB into the USB port on your computer. Click the Utilities menu in SolarFire and then click Backup Chart Files. The program will ask you where you want to back up to. I'm going to back up onto an external drive, and I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it SolarFire Chart Backup 2023-08-29. And I'm going to select that folder and tell it OK. And now it will start. Goodness me, it's done it already. No, it hasn't. It's telling me that, getting me to confirm where I told it to back up. And is that what I want to do? Yes, it is. So now my chart files are backing up to my external drive. They don't take very long. I've got quite a few charts on my file, but the charts don't take very long. The whole file backup takes a bit longer. So here we get a message that the files were successfully backed up. Okay, so that's done. And just to confirm, so you know that I'm not really tricking you, we'll click on the File Explorer and I'll click on USB drive, and there is my chart backup with the date on it. I like to put the date on the file because if you back up and don't go through and sift it, you will easily be able to tell which is the most recent backup, and it helps you keep your computer a bit clean if you want to get rid of older files as well. Now, the next thing we're going to do is to back up our whole user database. Again, I'm going to Utilities. I'm going to back up all user files, and it asks me again where I want it to go. I'm going to USB drive again. I'm going to make a new folder, and I'm going to call it SolarFire User Files Backup, and I'm going to put the date on it again, 2023-08-29. Select the file, give it a minute to get its name sorted, and now we're going to say OK, confirming that I'm sending it to the right place. Okay, and yes, we're going. Now, this is going to take a little bit longer. This will take about 20 minutes because I've got quite a lot of files here. So I'm going to do the little cooking trick and pause the recording while we let that happen, and then I'll come back ready for the next step. Okay, here we are back again, and you can see that the computer is telling me that my files were successfully backed up. So, okay, thank you very much. Now we're going to open that external drive again, and you can see where those files are. So, first of all, there's my chart backup with all my charts, and there is my user file backup. Now, if I want to restore these to my computer, the easiest way is through File Explorer. Now, my SolarFire user files will be in C drive. So I'm going to this PC, I'm going to C drive. I don't have to go this way. If I've got a shortcut to my documents, I can go straight there. If I don't, I have to come down to Users, My Username, and then into Documents. I don't usually do it this way. Documents, there we are. So there's my Documents file. So when I click on that to see what's in it, here we can see my SolarFire user files. Now, if I want to restore my chart files, first off, I've got to go down and find them. So there they are. That's the things that are on my external drive. And if I want to copy my chart files, click on Chart Backup and just drag it to Documents, SolarFire User Files. Now, if I'm going to replace, if I've restored my SolarFire, if I've had to restart my computer and do all sorts of things with it, I may or may not have any chart files. I might only have the ones that come with the program. So it's up to you whether you integrate those files within the chart file or whether you want to keep it as a separate file, and you'll see it's down here. Now, if I want to access those files, I go to Chart Open, and at the moment it's telling me that it's looking at the database entertainment. So I want to go to, sorry, that's not what I want to do. Yes, it is. I click on the word File, I click on Folder, and I direct my computer to where my charts are. So there's my SolarFire user files, and if I scroll down, you will see my backup charts. And it's called SolarFire Backup Chart. So there's the backup chart file. If I click on that, it shows me all the charts that are in there. Now, I found them that way because I haven't copied them into the file that is chart files. And you can see it better if I show you on the window, on the File Explorer. There's our SolarFire user files. There's the chart file that comes with the program, and there's the backup chart file that I've just created. If I want to move all of these into the main chart file, I just click on one, type Control-A, copy them all into the chart folder. Now, all of these charts are already there, so it's going to say, do I want to replace them or do I want to skip them? So I'm going to skip all these for now, simply for the process of time. Now, if I want to restore all of my user files, going back here to my Windows D, there's my user files backup. I can copy that straight into my documents. And I can change the name so it just says user files. Because it's got a different name, it's going to save along with the user files that are there in the system. Now, if you're starting your SolarFire from scratch, if you've reinstalled it brand new, you can replace the whole user file with the one you've backed up from your computer, your old computer or your backup, and it will be as you had it previously, with all of the things that's saved in settings, all the pages you've changed, all the charts you might have changed, and all the sets you have created. Remember that you can also copy individual folders. So if I go into SolarFire user files, and I know that I have saved points and colors, I've saved pages, I've saved wheels, I can just copy those files and then import them back into my program when I get it running. We can also back up our files. When we started, you might have noticed that we go to Utilities, Backup Chart Files, and it asks me where I want to save them. I can save them to the desktop. I can save them to documents. Personally, I think it's much safer to save them off the computer. If the computer fails, and that's everything. Once you've saved them to your desktop or you've saved them to a memory stick, for extra security, you can upload them to an internet account, something like Google or Dropbox or OneDrive. Personally, I don't use OneDrive auto syncing. If I want to put something on OneDrive, I do it by going to OneDrive on the internet. So that's all I need to show you today. Thank you for tuning in, and please remember, back up, back up, back up. Bye now.